Hey man, what IGN got going on with this right here? Why I ain't seen this? The best game of 2024. What is this? What's wrong with my shit too? Oh, this from like the video game awards.
In 2024, we saw games where soldiers dove headfirst into alien planets to defend Earth, Princess Zelda led her very own legend, a little robot overcame impossible odds to rescue PlayStation's greatest characters, and a game of poker unlike anything else. There
I don't
can
know
be
why that
arguments for why
fucking
any number of our
Balatro
best
shit
game of
is crazy like
2024
that.
nominees could take home the crown. A stark contrast from last year, where Baldur's Gate 3 and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom were locked-in favorites. The breadth of games on
Yeah, that
display,
shit wasn't
from
even
Black Myth
there.
Wukong to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, means picking this year's winner was harder than usual. But ultimately, there was one clear winner. Here's IGN's best game of 2024.
It's weird, man. I feel like the whole best game thing. I feel like it's hard to do that, bro. I feel like it's hard to do that because like Astrobot, that whatever the name of the game, that shit was winning so much, bro. Balatro was winning so much shit. Like, I don't know, man. It felt kind of weird. It felt rigged. You know what I'm saying?
Before we get to the overall winner, let's look back at some of the other games from this year that deserve your recognition, starting with our honorable mentions. These nominees were much loved by IGN's editorial team, but didn't get as many votes as our winner and runners-up. That said, they deserve your attention nonetheless.
The Rise of the Golden Idol.
The mystery is afoot in the sequel to 2022's delightful point-and-click game, The
This
Case
shit
of
look
the
crazy as
Golden
hell.
Idol. Set 200 years after the events of the first game, Rise of the Golden Idol returns with more devilishly clever puzzles where you solve various crimes that begin to combine into one grand mystery.
Go experience the world. Find your strength.
I was like, damn, the
Fashion
cutscenes was like
Mickey
that out of
series
nowhere.
has always had its share of devotees.
Now the
Dress Up
Infinity
Simulator
Mickey.
was a pleasant, cozy way to
what
pass
the
the
fuck
time,
is this?
collecting different outfits and making your character as cute as they can be. But Infinity Nikki is a bold reinvention.
But it's not
combining
a
all the elements fans
action
loved,
game
along with the amazing
whatsoever, is it?
outfits they could create, and adding a vibrant Zelda-like open world to explore.
I know what
Man, I
you
hate I
are.
missed out on this shit, bro.
I know why I needed you.
There were doubts as to whether Bloober Team could faithfully remake one of the most beloved horror games of all time.
Did they
Even
do it, though?
Bloober admitted as much.
I haven't heard
citing the
anything
mixed
about it.
reception
Like,
some of their previous horror
I haven't watched a
games have
review or anything
received.
on it.
But the determination to do right by the source material paid off as Silent Hill 2 delivers one of the scariest and best gaming experiences of the year. Faithful to everything that made the original great while updating the rusty, aging bits beautifully, Silent Hill 2 embodies everything that's great about the original and then some.
I might eventually get it. Damn, Prince of Persia made
The
it?
Prince of Persia, one of gaming's forgotten greats, finally got a new game worthy of the Prince's title. This 2.5D Metroidvania delivers one of the most exhilarating
But that
revivals
Metroidvania
of
shit
any
always
franchise
snaps
in
if
recent
it's
memory,
done right.
and with its tight controls,
games
excellent
always
action, and
are
swashbuckling
good, bro.
storytelling, this is the best Prince of Persia game since Sands of Time.
Now look how crazy that sounds. Now I'm surprised this didn't do more than what it
Black
did.
Myth Wukong captivated audiences ever since its first trailer was revealed, but that was only a part of the story. Yes, the boss fights are epic and the combat is sublime, but this loving recreation of one of China's oldest, most beloved stories means millions of players can finally appreciate the legend of the Monkey Prince in a whole new way.
Will they make another one? I think they'll do a sequel to it.
One of the earliest surprises of the year was
Animal
Well. On the surface, it's another well-made homage to past 2D Metroidvania games. But the deeper you go, the more you realize Animal Well isn't all that it appears. While the core gameplay and platforming are excellent, you quickly discover there's a massive puzzle at the heart of it all. So take out your notebook and get ready to put your brain to work to
Damn.
uncover the truth behind Animal Well.
Runner-ups.
Next up are the games that were oh so close to being crowned Game of the Year, but narrowly missed out to the overall
That
winner.
Balatro
If you
shit
haven't
is
played these
weird,
games
bro.
already, you absolutely should.
Don't you want to know what this is all about?
You're damn right I do.
Machine Games is back with another Nazi-punching blockbuster.
Damn, but there's the
And
main
no, this
fucking
isn't a new
Indiana
Wolfenstein
Jones
game. Instead, the Swedish studio has endeavored to bring one of
Didn't know
cinema's
that.
greatest heroes into the modern gaming age. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is essentially a truly great Indiana Jones movie brought to life.
Legend says that the Great Circle does have some power, something about its geometry, a deeper force that connects these sites.
And by great, we mean up there with the original trilogy. Buoyed by Troy Baker's frankly insane portrayal of Harrison Ford's iconic archaeologist,
Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Circulimani.
The Great
Shit
Circle
like a
feels
movie,
like a
don't it?
dream come true for anyone who grew up enraptured by movies like The Last
Damn, will we
Crusade
ever get
and
another
Raiders of the
007
Lost
game,
Ark.
bro?
Indy was never a shoot-'em-up hero. Instead, he
007
used his
was hard,
brains
bro.
as well as his bronze to solve ancient riddles and punch out bad guys. And that's something Machine Games has wonderfully adapted here. Whether it's exploring the ancient catacombs of the Vatican or sneaking up
Damn,
on
that shit look
fascists
wild.
and bonking them over the head,
I think
the
it would be a
Great
better
Circle
third person to me, though.
literally puts you in the dirt-caked shoes of Indiana Jones.
just walking.
And
You
it
didn't-
turns
you don't
out
see this
it's
motherfucker in your
every
face?
bit as fun and exciting
That was
as we
weird.
imagined.
I always loved Zelda. Always.
Why is it called The Legend of Zelda if it stars Link? Is a question most have asked at one point in their life.
We'll never
Well,
get that.
ask no more, as Echoes of Wisdom puts Zelda in charge of her own legend in this new top-down adventure game. Visually similar to
But,
the
like,
2019 remake of
for
The
me, though,
Legend
like,
of
I
Zelda
don't wanna
Link's
play
Awakening,
Zelda with Zelda.
Echoes of Wisdom is very
At
much
least
a
give me-
true Zelda game, complete with the classic puzzles
Chic.
and
I
dungeons
like
the
Chic.
series is known for. It's clearly learned from more recent games in the series too.
But I think
and
Chic
even
is
though
like
Echoes
something
of
to do with
Wisdom
Zelda,
is more
right?
of a classic Zelda experience,
Is it like Zelda
the
too?
freeform creativity of Breath of the Wild is present, thanks to the Echoes mechanic that lets Zelda conjure whatever item and enemy she encounters, leading to all kinds of madcap solutions. Stuck on the other side of a ledge? Just stack a bunch of beds together to cross. Duh.
Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
It's something about this game, bro. I tried it. It's something
Join
about it.
the hell.
I don't hate it.
Are you doing your part in the war to save
I
our
don't know
galaxy?
what it is, bro.
My part.
If not, jump into Helldivers 2 and start blasting away at alien and robot scum. Arrowhead Game Studios delivered one of the new live service games of the year with the sequel to its isometric alien shooter. Reimagined as a squad-based third-person shooter,
I think maybe because I wasn't playing with a squad, I'm always playing shit by myself.
Military-industrial complex.
Maybe if I had a
while also
squad,
being
it'd be
an
I
addictive
enjoy it
blast,
more.
Thanks to its
But the
potent
Tyrannus
mix
was
of
on my
high-powered
ass
weaponry,
every time I
devastating
fucking
orbital
potted
drop
down
missiles,
somewhere.
and a spirit of Earthian patriotism.
It's upon us. The reunion. When
I need to
worlds
play this.
merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
After the
That
prelude
nigga
that was
Sephiroth-
Final
Sephiroth
Fantasy
might
VII
be one of the
Remake,
best
we finally get to the
fucking
heart of the adventure in the second in Square
enemies,
Enix's
nigga,
planned trilogy.
ever.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth encompasses some of the most important moments from the original, but more than that, stands on its own as a brilliant open-world RPG. What stands out almost immediately is how much love Square Enix has for these characters. It's clear Square Enix wants players to spend as much time as they can with Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, Barret, and Red 13, providing plenty of side quests, mini-games, and expanding entire moments so that we can all spend just a little more time with the gang before they resume their mission in the fight against Sephiroth. It makes these moments all
Man,
the more
I
valuable
wanna
too,
do it, man. I
given
wanna
the
do a
ending
playthrough
to
of it so
Rebirth and the
bad, though. It's
approaching
like-
finale.
I don't know what to do. If my son seen this game, I would have been had to buy it. I'm
Astrobot's
glad he
life
seen it.
began as a humble mascot for the Playroom tech demo. Anytime Sony had some new hardware to show off, Whether it was the PSVR headset or the PlayStation 5, Astrobot was there
It's a
to
good
guide
world,
players through the ins and outs of
I
whatever
think
new
it's a
systems
good
Sony
mascot
wanted
for
to show
Sony.
off. But with Astrobot, the adorable little mascot finally takes center stage. This colorful,
I
vibrant
think we're
3D
having all the
platformer
different
isn't just a showcase for the
PlayStation
PS5's
titles in it like
powerful
that.
GPU and fast
That helped it.
SSD, because between the unbridled level of creativity in each level and the controller-stressing difficulty of some of the harder challenge runs, Astrobot is pure delight and wonderment. Every ability Astrobot plays around with, from inflating into a balloon or punching enemies with bungee fists, never fails to amuse
And it
even the
looked
most
real good,
hardened
man.
gamer. We don't
I love
say
that
this
colorful
lightly,
shit, too.
but PlayStation might have just found its answer to Nintendo's Mario.
Two
Ooh,
ancient
that's
elven
big.
gods. They were horrific tyrants. The worst is
What is
still
that, Dragon
coming.
Age?
After
Yeah.
a brief interlude into the live service genre with games like Anthem, and a perhaps ill-advised attempt to rush out another Mass Effect game with Mass Effect Andromeda, BioWare has gone back to what it knows best. A good old-fashioned dungeon-crawling RPG full of delightful characters, witty dialogue, and the chance to create a character who looks and talks exactly the way you want them to.
A damn good-looking hero, if I do say so.
But while BioWare may have opted for a back-to-basics approach to storytelling, there is one area of major improvement: the combat. It's not unfair to say this is the best
They was
a
saying the
BioWare
combat was
game
good,
has
but I seen a
ever
couple people
played,
saying the
from
combat
its
was like-
sword and sorcery combat to even the
like
way you
last
traverse the
generation,
myriad of
you know what I'm
dungeons
saying?
and mystical locales. While we're only one game into the BioWare renaissance, all eyes are back on the storied studio.
I don't understand this. I really don't understand like why.
It's just a poker game
This
with
shit's
some
so
roguelike
tough like this.
mechanics. We remember saying to friends, incredulously, when they first told us they spent all night playing a little game called Balatro. How good could it be? Turns out, after tens of thousands of poker
me personally,
hands
I've been
and
playing,
hundreds of hours spent playing,
the Liar's Bar, that
Balatro
shit's so
still
fucking
has
fun,
us
bro.
wrapped around its fingers. A lot can be said about
So I can understand how a
Balatro's
card game will
addictive
get you, but
qualities and how it has
when I see
this
this shit, I'm like, what
magnetic
is it that
ability
got
to get you to
motherfuckers hooked
play
like this?
just one more round. The reason for Balatro's rapid ascendancy is how it took one of America's oldest games and refashioned it for one of gaming's most popular genres, the roguelike. The combination of classic
How?
poker rules and randomized Joker and tarot cards that augment your combos and bump up your high score so you can get to the next round is pure gaming bliss. Balatro is built on creating seemingly endless moments of elation and devastation in equal measures. All you have to do is play your cards right. Literally.
Literally, I knew he was gonna say that. Now, I dropped the ball on this fucking metaphor, bro. Cause I feel like when games come out and I don't play them as soon as they drop, I feel like my
For
interest for the
years,
game
Atlus's
leaves so
cult
fast.
RPG series Persona went from being
Shit
a
crazy.
cool underground RPG series from Japan to one of the biggest franchises in modern gaming. But with Metaphor ReFantazio, it's clear the developers behind Persona were seeking to push themselves to new heights. Trading in the modern-day Japanese high school setting for a pure fantasy world full of
Which I'm
long-eared
glad.
knights
I
and
like
bat-like ninjas,
Persona,
Atlus's
but,
Studio
you know,
Zero has
they
created
can do
an
way more.
incredible and timely
studio,
meditation on
Atlas.
political strife and demagoguery.
One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
After the death of the king, the United Kingdom of Uchronia, divided by racial prejudice among its citizens,
I might get
begins
it
the
anyway, man.
process of
Fuck it.
holding its very first popular
look good,
election
though.
that kickstarts a grand cross-continental adventure. For anyone familiar with the Persona series, you'll find familiar hallmarks here. Players split their time crawling through difficult dungeons full of horrifying monsters while spending free moments building up relationships with various party members
gonna make
and inhabitants
sure
around the country.
them
But
niggas
while
with
the
you
Persona
become your
games spent these
homeboys and
quiet moments
homegirls.
reaffirming the virtues
make
of
sure a
youthful
relationship is made.
friendships, Metaphor uses these times to tackle headier questions. What defines a knight's duty? Or the responsibilities of those born into wealth? Can one ever heal from the pains of racism? And is religious tolerance a foolhardy endeavor? These aren't easy questions to address, but are asked plainly throughout Metaphor's 70-hour playtime. While Studio Zero refrains from giving
that's a
clear-cut
good chunk.
answers to these questions, it instead acknowledges the virtues of empathy, kindness, and strength in the face of overwhelming fear and hatred that can take root in an uncertain world where leaders promise salvation in exchange for unwavering loyalty. Wrap these philosophical musings in a stylish turn-based RPG that looks and feels stupendous, complete with beautiful character designs from artist Shigenori Soejima and music from Shoji Meguro, and you'll quickly understand why Metaphor ReFantazio is IGN's pick for Best Game of 2024.
You'll be a hero.
Oh, was it? Whoa, was it?
So congratulations
that's for
to
IGN.
Metaphor
My bad.
ReFantazio and Studio Zero, and also to all of our other winners and runner-ups in 2024's IGN Awards. Be sure to check out our full list of award winners for Best.
Damn, how y'all feel about that? Metaphor ReFantazio? Number 1? Miss Concord does born in Suicide Squad. How can Vilgar made into the list? Black Myth, whatever they try to say Wukong, I guess. Not even being a candidate is certainly a choice. No Stellar Blade or Space Marine 2. Facts. You lost me with Black Myth Wukong being an honorable mention. I've got to be kidding me. Did you actually put this crap in the top and praising BioWare for it? What was it?
Mass Effect Andromeda, BioWare.
Yeah, that shit. Bro. Hey, these are clearly people's opinions. It's opinionated. You know what I'm saying? I can say so-and-so was my game of the year. But for IGN, and IGN, we don't really honor what they be saying half the time. We don't. They're not a creditable source, I feel like. It's a lot of bullshit in there. But, I can probably go with Metaphor being they pick for best game of 2024. I can do it. I can go with it. But then you got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in there. That's one of them games. Like, I don't know, bro. But it's clearly from an RPG turn-based perspective. That's who it's from. Whoever this guy is, he love what he love. But do y'all think that's the best game of 2024? Metaphor, is it ReFan or ReFantazio or Metaphor? Goddammit. Do y'all think that's the best game of 2024? Let me know down below in the comments, man. Because I have no idea. Could be. It could be.